One of these times we're going to get it right. This is a TV Tan podcast episode. What was it again?
We are in episode 0327 of the TV Tan podcast that is hopefully being held together by glue and hope and maybe a little bit of wank here and there. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost, and yeah, so computer fuckery galore plaguing the program this week. We'll see if we get through it.
Yeah, this is the episode we're titling Episode 40, Fuckery Most Foul. We're getting all Shakespearean up in this bitch. So,
yeah,
but of course.
And who are we drinking this week?
Oh, thankfully, in order for us to get through these times, we are having one of our great sponsors. That would be Ogden's Own Distillery, providing us the Underground Herbal, which is far superior to the Jägermeister. Oh,
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it too, unless you're in a sorority, and which point it's okay to say no to some bros. Just saying, girls. I am mixing this up, the Underground, with some wonderful ginger beer and fresh lime juice, freshly squeezed, to make ourselves an Underground Mule. Not a Moscow Mule, because we're all about America.
Yeah. Okay.
And it feels like freedom. Charlie don't drink Underground.
Yeah, so premiering this week is yet another streaming service you can pay for, or you can not pay for. Peacock is coming on Wednesday.
Courtesy of NBC and Comcast, our favorite internet provider.
Yeah, it drops on Wednesday. It's got two paid tiers, one $5 a month, one $10 a month. It's also got a free one that gives you half the content. But if you want to see some yeah, it's going to be the official streaming home come 2021 of The Office. I believe in the fall, Parks and Recreation will only be available there as well. Also, Battlestar Galactica and a whole hell of a lot of more NBC Universal properties there. And
which makes sense, because Battlestar Galactica is on Sci-Fi, which Sci-Fi is owned by NBC Universal.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some stuff from, like, the USA Network as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You could catch up on Queen of the South there, which you should.
Oh, that's a good reason to catch up on that.
Yeah, so if you go for the free version of the app, it's got ads, and you get about 7,500 hours worth of shows. But if you go with the the $5 one, gives you all of the content plus some originals, but it also gives you ads. And then there's a $10 one that gives you all the stuff and no ads. Shit like Psych 2, Lassie Come Home, the second Psych movie. People love the Psych.
I just love the title, just Lassie Come Home.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And also a new series based on Aldous Huxley's novel of the same name, Brave New World.
Okay.
It's a utopian society. All you got to do is give up your privacy, your money, your family, and basically history itself, and everything's cool.
You see, friends, this is what the socialists and the communists are wanting you to give up for your freedom.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Bernie Sanders wanted.
Cautionary tale here. Demi Moore is in here somewhere. In case you wonder what happened to her. Also,
no, I'm not.
Here's something else that's going to make you not want to pay for Peacock. An original series called Intelligence, starring David Schwimmer.
Okay. First of all, it was hard for you to sell me on the People versus O.J. Simpson with Schwimmer.
That is true. Yeah,
Kardashian role.
He did well there, but this is a comedy, and David Schwimmer can't lead a comedy himself. This is about a more bureaucratic version of the MI6 in Britain, where he joins. He's a cocky American joining a cyber crimes division, and he's basically an American asshole in England.
Wait a minute! Don't we already have this on CBS?
Yeah. So yeah. And also,
just no.
There's also a cartoon called Cleopatra in Space, which is just what it sounds like.
Okay.
And there's a few other originals, but really The only thing they had going for them was the Olympics, and so there ain't no Olympics. So therefore,
well, not this year.
yeah, we'll see. But that was it. They were counting on this at the beginning of the year. We're going to launch big with streaming the Olympics all the time. But no, you don't get that now. So now you get David Schwimmer.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I mean, the Olympics is not canceled completely. It's just postponed until next year.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's going to be held in Tokyo. Last time I checked with the other sport sports entity.
Yeah. So that's Peacock. It's compared to like Disney Plus and HBO Max and even CBS All Access, is like, do I really need this in my life? Maybe the free version.
I have
sure.
an idea.
Sure.
I have an idea for Peacock Network. There's only one way that we can make sure that it makes it up, and I'm going to use the Disney Plus model. We have to get them to sign off on the Book of Mormon.
Oh,
that's how we get them.
the Book of Mormon stage play. Okay.
I'm telling you right now, you will make beaucoup dollars off of that. Did you see? Did you finally see Hamilton?
Oh, of course I did. Of course I did.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I saw it too, and I weeped like a little bitch. So only after Act 2. So
yeah.
And for the record, everybody that's going, Hamilton was a slave owner. No fucking shit. Shut the fuck up. All right? It's a play. It's a fucking play. And I realize it got icier. Could that be it's a...
Frost warning!
Okay, it's the closest thing we'll have here at this point.
Yeah.
No! You don't get to the fucking comment about something that's happened in the past. No shit that Hamilton was a slave owner. No shit. He was an entitled white guy. You're not impressing us with your knowledge. The fact that you cracked open a book, good for you, but that doesn't mean fucking shit. And while we're at it, after watching Jim Jeffries' Intolerance, the only reason you should really go after a comedian is if they really fucked it up so hard, i.e. Andy Dick, that you should absolutely pillory them, lock them up and stuff, and then say, fuck you, you're a horrid human being. Do that in the present. Don't do that 10 years ago. You had your chances. Fuck off right there. And if you're going to go after Jim Jeffries Intolerant, there's only one polite way of putting it. You're a boring cunt and you're as basic as fuck. Oh, that felt good.
Oh, that was a frost warning. All right.
But I realized I kind of took from your line there.
That's totally fine, yeah.
I was frosty as fuck, especially after watching Jim Jeffries Intolerant. Did you see that, by the way?
Not yet, no.
Oh, it is a wonderful piece there. I'm going to say it's the number 2 comedy that Jim Jeffries has done. The only benchmark, the top one, is Alcoholocaust.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, ranting over.
Peacock is not the only thing happening this week. On Thursday, we have a 30 Rock reunion.
Oh, okay. So
it's not
going to be in blackface this time.
Well, nobody, far as we know, but it was filmed recently, and it's not a Zoom party. Basically, what this is,
cable stuff like Treadstone on USA is one thing. Battlestar Galactica on Sci-Fi, that's another thing. Oh, that reminds me, circling back to the Peacock, is Killjoys going to be on the free entity, or
it might be. It should be.
You would think it should.
I didn't see it in the big old list, but then again, it's not like one of the more popular titles, so it could be there. It may not be there.
In other words, they're being basic as fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop being basic, Peacock.
But, yeah. So, also, coming up this week, this one's interesting. On Friday on Hulu, the Into the Dark series from Blumhouse. It's kind of a horror light thing. They drop a new episode every month.
Okay.
It's basically a movie a month, and it's kind of light horror. This is about a guy who's in an insane asylum who swears he's the president.
Okay.
Yeah. but it's up to it's kind of up to us to figure out. Well, is he crazy, or is he really the president? And has there been some sort of coup? Think about it.
Big question. Is this a white guy?
Yes.
Second question. Why are they stealing this plot line from Bubba Hotep?
It is.
And here's the reason.
It
Here's the
is.
reason why I'm asking this. Because, as we know, our hero, Bruce Campbell, was Elvis in an asylum,
Mm-hmm.
and he was stuck with Ozzie Davis, a black man who thought he was John F. Kennedy.
Right.
So, some fuckweasels trying to steal a plot line.
Yeah, this is Bubba Hotep all over again. Also,
Right.
also dropping on Friday that we talked about it a while ago. Esther Povitsky, her stand-up special on Comedy Central. It was postponed a while ago. Now it's finally going to premiere on Friday the 17th.
Okay.
And
How do you spell her last name?
Povitsky.
P-I-S-T-K-Y. Povitsky. All right.
Yeah, there you go. But here's the big one coming up on Sunday. Season 5 premiere, United Shades of America, with a friend of the program, W. Kamau Bell.
Oh, okay. So we're get Kamau right now.
Yeah,
More than ever.
yeah, and I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about.
What's he leading off with this time? So,
I
only ask.
only know the title. I think it's called America versus Itself.
Oh, okay, so the Republicans. Got it.
Yeah, something
All
like
right.
that. Yeah.
Well, and I only ask because you start season 1 with the KKK, you think, how do you top that?
Yeah, you
then
can't.
it's white supremacists, and then you go, how do you top that? America versus itself. Okay.
All right, yeah.
So we're going Thanos levels, bitch.
And coming up on Sunday as the season 2 premiere of The Alienist on TNT.
Oh, okay.
Dakota Fanning,
So Daniel Brew and
Luke
Luke
Evans,
Evans,
and Brian
yeah.
Garrity. Yeah, it's set in 1896 New York, and it's got a bit of a old school Penny Dreadful feel to it, but a little less supernatural.
oh, okay.
Just a little
Okay.
less supernatural.
Well, I remember last year they were trying to shoot for an X-Files and Corsets motif.
Yeah,
Only because of, I'm sorry, which Fanning is it? Is it Dakota or Ellie?
Dakota.
Okay. Only because of Dakota Fanning, but this one, they're shooting for just Sherlock Holmes vibery here.
Pretty much, yes.
All right. Well, I guess that's worth a watch there.
Oh, yeah. And do you have your sports ready?
Well, I think I will have something going if you hit the music.
And sports, Tommy Milagro. Go, team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. Kind of a quiet week this week here, but we are going to start with, unfortunately, some bad news. With the former WWE star Rusev has tested positive for COVID-19.
Okay.
And, yeah, it just came under the wire here today. Rusev, real name Miroslav Berenyashev, told his viewers that he originally thought he had tested negative. However, phone call from the doctor's office confirmed that he had tested positive. And the news comes as his wife, WWE star Lana, according to Wrestler Online, wrote on social media that both her mother and father had been battling the virus. In a new YouTube video, Lana said that her mother was taking off her oxygen and was breathing on her own, is now out of ICU, and her father is also recovering. So to that, we say to Rusev, now going on to the Independence as Miro, good luck and God bless with you. Please try to stay as healthy as you fucking can, because WWE operates as a sloppy shop. Taz's words, not ours.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we had a couple of great sports events with AEW Dynamite do Fighter Fest nights 1 and 2, and WWE counter programming with NXT's Great American Bash 1 and 2. Now, we at the Sports Desk have been lauding over AEW Dynamite because, to be quite honest here, the only way to watch it is live. The big matchup was Chris Jericho, Le Champion, getting the W over freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. However, on the USA Network, although you could watch the NXT anytime you want on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up it. They have been broadcasting the Great American Bash 2, which saw the big event on night 2 where the leader of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby, going up against Keith Lee, where we all bask in his glory, in a winner-take-all championship match, which saw Keith Lee get the W. So that means Keith Lee holds the North American and NXT heavyweight championships. And the big news here, according to WrestlingInc.com, is that NXT drew 759 viewers on the USA Network, which topped AEW's Dynamite's 715 viewers.
Oh.
And what that means, though, is that at least according to Showbuzz Daily, NXT really got the W. But when it comes to AEW, they were ranked number 7 in the cable top 150 for the 18 to 49 age demo, whereas NXT ranked 24th. But then that's where it skews because AEW ranked number 65 in total viewership, while NXT ranked 62. Well, let's face it. We know white guys 18 to 49. That's really the bread and butter right there, all right? Anyone that wants to at me, and I know you won't because you're barely listening as it is. Oh, I don't care. Prove me wrong. So either way, the rivalry between AEW and NXT is not going away anytime soon. And Impact Wrestling, still not a whole lot to talk about there other than they are still holding Slammiversary Saturday, July 8th, which you can subscribe on Fight for only $39.99.
Not a sponsor.
Good luck getting that money with your stimulus check. Anyway, as of right now, report other than Port, this is July 11th as we're recording live. July 12th as we're recording live on air.
Sure.
It's going to be a gauntlet match for the Impact Knockouts Championship with Alicia Edwards versus Havoc versus Kira Hogan versus Kimberly versus Kylie Ray versus a whole host of other great women. Taya Valkyrie, who's married to John Morrison over in WWE. And Impact World Tag Team Championship will see The North versus Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. And then it'll be the Impact X Division Championship, which will have Willie Mack defending his title against Chris Bay. And Impact Knockouts Championship will have the current champion Jordan Grace defending against the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, who's recently released from NXT to join Impact. And then the next two big matchups, this is going to be interesting. Moose, who has been holding Impact World Heavyweight Championship in absentia of the Heavyweight Championship and declared himself the true heavyweight champion. He will defend his title against the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer. Should be a great matchup, given their styles there. And then finally, for the vacant Impact World Championship, because Tessa Blanchard, according to some people who got released recently from Impact Wrestling, is a bitch. Their words, not ours. The championship will be held, fought over by Eddie Edwards versus Trey, Ace Austin versus a mystery opponent. Now, it's speculated, and they've been running these ads all throughout on Access TV. It could be any of the former championships, and it's being teased that it could be EC3 was recently released from WWE that could be coming in. It could also be Eric Young, who also won the championship. We don't know who it's going to be, but could be worth the price of admission. More of that as it follows. And let's see, I think finally we're going to go with some New Japan talk here. Now, New Japan Pro Wrestling has a very distinct advantage all over the other organizations that we have because they have allowed actual audience members to see the matches. Now, here's the reason why, kids. Because, number one, Japan treats pro wrestling as a sport. Looking at you, Donald Trump. Should have said something about it before. But in the wake of the COVID outbreak, what they have done here is, well, Japan had to put a state of emergency on a lot of things, including pro wrestling here. And since the lockdown, they wanted to make sure that pro wrestling was one of the first ones to restart. So, according to IndianExpress.com, bear with me here, New Japan Pro Wrestling has been seen as an industry leader. And according to New Japan President Harold Meij, business must be viewed as a long-term entity, and our decision to side with caution over profit in the long term will be seen to be the right one. And as a result, they had, not only did they cancel at least 56, that's 5-6 events, which put a huge dent in revenue, the company executives took pay cut from 15 to 95% so that they could shield their workforce.
How about that?
And,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, and there's more. Here's a crazy idea. Some of the safety protocols that New Japan has done in that time, the company drew up safety protocols based on a set of guidelines devised by the Japan Sports Association with help of the Japan Sport Safety Agency, which meant wrestlers undergo temperature tests twice daily and keep a log of who they've been in contact with, and locker rooms are zoned and have staggered entry, and conversations are limited, and buffet-style catering done away with, and containers of food and beverage have individuals' name on them, and the ring and ringside areas are disinfected between matches. You know, like certain sloppy shops should have done in the fucking first place. Just a thought, not saying who. Maybe somewhere out in Stamford, Connecticut, you fuckers. But as a result, New Japan has went ahead with the New Japan Cup, which really makes it a big deal because, as mentioned before, which you can catch on NJPW World, which you can subscribe to for 999 yen.
Not a sponsor.
Konnichiwa, bitches. But what is unique about it is that they were able to have their New Japan Cup held in Osaka-jo Hall, which had 5,000 in attendance, with everybody, this will be a surprise, masked up and staggered seating within 6 feet, and with the entranceways for the wrestlers spaced off to not worry about any sort of contact with any of the attendees there. And even though at 30% capacity, spaced out evenly and all wearing masks, fans filled Osaka-jo Hall to witness the finals of this Japan Cup. Which brings me to the last two. On this night, one of the members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Evil, think of him as Japan's answer to The Undertaker,
Okay.
won the New Japan Cup, and then took that opportunity to punch out the leader of Los Ingobernables, Tetsuya Naito, the holder of the Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championship for New Japan, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And as of today, as we are recording live on air, Evil wins the cup and not only joined the Bullet Club, and he also won both titles from Naito.
Huh.
These are huge events, and what that's going to mean to Evil and wrestling in general remains to be seen. We will keep up on that story as it develops, because the sports desk is all about evil. Because everything is evil in sports.
And sports are Tony Milongo. Go team.
Now, did you start that? Did you not start that sports report by saying there's not a lot going on?
We at the sports desk have a tendency to stretch the shit out of everything.
I only have one thing to add to the sports report. I finally saw a photo, a couple photos actually, of Sasha Banks without the blue hair.
Oh?
Did not recognize her. She is, believe it or not, the blue hair, you take it away, just black, she regular has black hair, unrecognizable. You can't even tell it's her. It's weird. It's really fucking weird.
It's like you can't even tell that's Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Yeah. So, going to leave the people off with a couple of things from last week. Reiterate to watch. One of them being Palm Springs, the movie on Hulu. Really fucking good.
Okay.
Despite Tommy's indifference to Andy Samberg, it's pretty fucking good.
Fuck that guy.
It's.
All right.
I recommend it.
Okay. I'll go with that recommendation then.
And also the Old Guard with why am
Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron. Why is I blanking on Charlize Theron? How do you do that? Sort of a quasi superheroes movie about a group of immortals who fight evil around the world.
Evil.
And they can't die.
Okay.
There's a similarity between Palm Springs and the Old Guard. There's something
Really
little similarity going on there. And also I want to recommend Perry Mason on HBO.
Okay. I was thinking about watching that this week. So.
Do it.
All right. Well, and this is something I watched. I think we talked about it before, but it bears watching over again. Spy on Netflix. That's Sacha Baron Cohen's take on famous Israeli spy Eli Cohen.
Oh, it's his.
It's
him playing it straight, right? In a serious role.
Yeah, and I have to say, it was kind of jarring to see him just play it dramatically. I know he was good, but just to see it played that way was absolutely spellbinding. I wish he had gotten more accolades for that. Definitely worth a watch right there.
Okay.
And I'm also going to stick with Stargirl. Still the thing to watch. Have you been
yes, I have.
Catching up on that?
Keeping up on that, yeah.
And what do you think about Luke trying to trying to make sure that Luke Wilson is the heart of the team that tries to steer them towards the right way?
I'm only curious as to why we don't see more Amy Smart in there. She's barely on the show. She's Stargirl's mom. She's barely on the show.
That is a little weird, isn't it?
Could they only get her for part time of the week or something?
It's not like she had anything better to do.
Yeah.
Unless it doesn't have something to do with she's trying to wait off until Crank whatever.
Crank 3, the inevitable sequel.
Yeah. Yes, we know that's coming up. So anybody that says different, shut up. Jason Statham wants her.
Two of the best movies of all time both have there's Crank and there's Crank 2 High Voltage. If they make a third one, it'll be the 3 best movies of all time.
So that would have to, the only logical conclusion will be Crank 3 Gigawatts.
Yes, exactly. Anything else to recommend to the people before we get out of here?
I'm going to say right now, because if everyone's going, there's no sports to watch. You have New Japan Pro Wrestling. You have AEW Wrestling. You've got Impact. That's trying to still make an impact because it can't fucking die. It's hard to kill. And WWE, it's around. Just
Okay.
go with it.
All right. We want to thank Ogden's Own Distillery for the underground and our other fine sponsors as well.
Yes, that would be our good friends at Sugar House Distillery and Outlaw Distillery. And, of course, Bohemian Brewery, fully stocking up Bill Frost during these sobering times.
I have pallets and
For
pallets of
copyright.
cerveza.
What's that?
I have pallets of cerveza.
Thank you, Bohemian, for giving him pallets of beer. And, of course, if you're in downtown Salt Lake, say hello to our good friend Ivy at Boostique. Buy something from her. And for God's sake, be a good luchador and wear a fucking mask.
Oh, yeah.
How hard is that?
Yeah, you should do
I
that.
wore a mask.
All right, that's it. Episode 0327. Was that it?
Yes, 327 episodes of us trying to broadcast and give you love in your heart with our silly little podcast, which, by the way, there are some ways you can reach out to us. That would be via the Twitter. That would be Facebook. And, of course, there's our Gmail, All City Fan Podcast.
Yeah, and we'll see if this episode makes it out. It's been plagued with technical fuckery.
Oh, well, that was...
If we get an episode out of this, it'll be a minor miracle.
Well, this is episode 0327 with Error 40 Fuckery South. Once again, I have been Tommy Milagro.
I've been Bill Frost, and good night, America.
Jiggle that handle. I think there's still some fuckery right there. It's time to fly.
It's only me and my